Today, that we go outside and see the kids that are dressed up in costumes and walking around with bags of candies on the holiday of Halloween, we all wonder to ourselves, why is this different than Chag HaPurim? On Purim, we do the same thing. We walk around with bags of candies. The kids walk around with their parents from door to door with mishlochei manot, dressed up in their own costumes. And you really wonder to yourself that the goy that walks around with his children is not so much different than the way we do our holiday of Purim. It's complete correlation between the two. And you wonder to yourself, and you need to know that there's a fundamental difference that you can very clearly see on the holiday of Halloween. And that is a goy, yes, he's walking around with his children with a bag of candies. But the difference between their bag of candies and our bags of candies screams to the sky. When we walk in Purim, we walk with a bag of candies to give others. It's mishlochei manot. We want to give as much people as we can. Our kid is walking around with a basket full of bags to give to his friends, to give his teachers and his rabbi. He wants to give more and more. The more, the better. He forgot one. Oh, there's one more. Let's give it away. When a goy walks around with his kids, the purpose is just the opposite. He wants to collect. He knocks on the door. Give me. I want another bag. Let's go to another door. Or we missed the door. Let's get more. The difference between giving and taking, that's a difference between the Jew and a goy. The more you give, the more Jewish you are. And that is what we see on Chag Purim that reflects throughout the year. But secondly, you need to know the way they ask. It's brutal, although today it's not done, but it comes with a threat, trick or treat, which means if you don't give me a candy, I will damage your property. And by Judaism, doing such a thing is completely forbidden. When you want something, you don't ask with a threat, and it's even much better not to ask any favors. And even if somebody already wants to give you something, it's much better not to receive, because soneh matanot tichyeh. But even more than that, on this day of Halloween, they glorify what? The ghosts, the murderers. They have all kind of customs on their doorsteps of people that are full of blood. They glorify killing and so on and so forth. Whereby Judaism, the opposite is the truth. When it comes Purim, what do we glorify? HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We think about the Nisim that Hashem made for us on Purim, that He saved us. We think about the Tzaddikim that were in the time of Purim, that sat down and prayed and fasted and eventually were able to defeat the enemies, not go after others and try to kill them. And that is what you put on your footsteps, to show your children and to be able to constantly give that message that we are who art we represent in our doorsteps. But rather in Am Yisrael it's just the opposite. We go around giving, doing others, matanot le'evyonim, those that need, we are there for you. Those that want to eat with us, we have a seudah, we are there for you. Giving others, marbe reut, and so on and so forth. So today, you can clearly see that different in the act that looks on the outside as the same, but you need to know the fundamental difference between the two. But when a goy walks with a custom, the reason for that custom is because they used to walk around trick or treating, and in order to be able to perform the treating, they had to cover their face. So therefore they wear a custom. Where Am Yisrael covers their face, they wear a custom on Purim for a different reason. The reason is that we want to show that the outside is not important. The most important thing is to beautify the inside, and don't look at my face, rather on the inside. Baruch shelo asani goy.